Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen one more time. Well, I thought we were here for a celebration, but after that sermon that you just got from my wife and from that devotional song right now, all I got to do is open the doors of the church. We can say amen and we can go on home for the night. If that's all right, amen? My. Everybody has said it all night, and I must say it again. That's a hard act to follow. Thank you. I thank you because it moves my spirit, and I think I'm ready to do this now. I first do want to give an honor to God just for the fact of being here tonight. And, His grace and mercy that allowed me to survive some little shenanigans that my wife might have told you about and everything. So I'm just glad to be here. And, of course, for my classmates there in the room, Joanne, LaShonda, Tess, Harding, if I missed any came in after we were already up here. If y'all don't tell, I won't tell. Oh, yeah. Yep, yes, sir, you too. Y'all don't tell, I won't tell. We'll just keep those secrets to ourselves, all our craziness. I want to recognize and thank my family for being here. Over at the table over here to this side, my mom and dad is here. My brothers are here, and their wives. Niece, my brother's daughter right there. Miss Everett sitting at our table from our church there. I want to thank y'all for being here and supporting. And, of course, I want to thank my wife, Samantha, for that lovely introduction. Yes, she is a comedian. Yes, she has no filter. And, yes, she does need a disclaimer because she is who she is all the time. And that's the reason I love her. And I want to thank all of you for just being here and supporting this wonderful event. It's just a beautiful night. Everybody looks beautiful. We're just going to have a good time here. Now, a couple of housekeeping things just here before I get started. If you hear any heckling coming from this side of the room, my brothers are over here, and they were warning me they may do some heckling. So, Mom, I give you permission, church pinch. You know how you used to get us in line in church? Get them. Keep them in line back there. And also, I want to let you know, I want to apologize. If any of you had any issues with your ticket coming in the front door and everything, I apologize. My dad said that he was selling some counterfeit tickets for people to come and see me. And he must have been pocketing that money because he didn't cut me in on it. So I'm just letting you know, if you got any issues checking in, see Mr. John Sims back here after services, and you can get that squared away with him. So, I want to let you know, I'm usually, for events like this, because I do work in Dallas and I've been in other markets, I'm usually this guy right here. I love doing the MC work because all you have to do is keep things in line and keep going to the next thing, try to keep them on track. To be a keynote speaker is a lot of pressure. You got to try to say something with some wisdom, some oomph, something to deliver to these people. And I've been to enough of these functions to know nobody wants to hear a long, drawn-out speech. I mean, the time is ticking. We got a meal on our belly. You're ready to yawn, you're ready to stretch out. I am too, and everything. So, if you would grant me just about, say, 15 minutes maybe of your time, we can be out of here. Is that okay? Can I get amen? All right. So, this is how we're going to do this. Not going to be long with you. Just a little bit of your time to talk about and share about 365 days of NAACP. So, let's start just a little bit with my personal journey. Yes, this 1989 graduate of Monticello High School is a 3-time Emmy Award-winning anchor and reporter. And I'm very proud of her. Now, the thing is, winning these awards and being on TV, this was not my original goal. I actually, graduating in high school, I wrote in my yearbook that I wanted to be an attorney. Big-time attorney, working out in L.A., making a whole lot of money. I think I had 6 figures written down to the young lady, That's what I wanted to do. I think I wanted to be Johnny Cochran before we even knew who Johnny Cochran was. But that's where I was headed with on that route. So I went to UCA. I majored in English, minored in political science, and I was going to go to law school. That was the goal. So in doing that, I also had a 35mm camera. And I used to take pictures for the newspaper, yearbook staff back in high school. I took that to college with me, and I was taking pictures for the newspaper staff there as side money in college. $50 a month is what they paid for. It was a job for me, so I was doing that there. And that's where I learned about journalism, got into it, and saw it as a career. It ended up changing my major after taking an intro to broadcasting class. Started broadcasting. Now, this was also my first introduction to having a voice for equality, which is something that I know the NAACP is known for. So in college, during one of our editorial meetings, they talk about the stories they're going to put into the newspaper. And they were talking about them, and one of the stories was about one of the black fraternities on campus that was busted for alcohol at a party over the weekend. So that was a story that was going to make the paper. Then they went on to the other stories they were going to cover, and so I'm sitting there listening, and so I speak up. And I say, well, what about the white fraternity that got in trouble the same weekend for alcohol at their party? Are you going to report on them? Now let me set the scene for you. The staff, the writers, they're all white. I was the only person of color in the room, and I spoke up. So when I said that to them, kind of got this dumbfounded look and everything, and I was like, well, fair is fair. If you're going to report on one, you need to report on the other. And full disclaimer, I was an equal opportunity partier back in the day, so I happened to be at both of those parties, so I knew what had happened to both of them. But I was just doing research, like Larissa said in the bingo game. It was just research. It wasn't, mom and dad, it was just research. But I knew what had happened at both. I spoke up about it, and true enough, they listened. So both stories, fair coverage was given on both fraternities that got in trouble that weekend. And for me, that was the first time that I realized I had a voice that could share equality, and that my black voice mattered when it come to equality in journalism. And then I had my first TV job. I started out in Little Rock. Behind the scenes, I was a cameraman, I was a video editor. Sometimes during the newscast, because their news set opened up into the newsroom, so you'd see the activity in the background. Mom and Dad got to see me sometimes in the back there, in the background. I'd even call them occasionally and be like, okay, we're coming out of a commercial break. Okay, I'm standing right to the right-hand side. Yeah, that's me right there. I'm on TV, Mom and Dad. But that was the only part of wanting to be on TV that I truly wanted at that point. I wasn't trying to be a reporter. I loved the interesting part of editing and shooting video and that creativity. But that wasn't my goal to be in front of the camera, but it was God's goal for me. Because there was a young lady working there back in the mid-90s. She was a weekend anchor, black female. Rochelle Davis was her name. She kept pushing me to be in front of the camera. She kept saying, we need more representation in black males in the media industry for representation and for having a voice. I still didn't want to do it necessarily, but she kept pushing me forward and would work with me. And as I said, it wasn't my plan, but it was God's plan, because with her work and her direction, here I am. So today, I'm in the top 5 TV market, anchoring, reporting, having a voice as a black male in stories we cover or how they're covered. I get to host a monthly community affairs show where we have diverse guests and we talk about diverse issues and we have conversations. And I can say for you, honestly, I truly love my job. This is the role that I play every day, 365 days a year. Now, yes, it is my job. I get paid to do this job, but also it's just me. It's a part of me. And that's the way I feel that you should be being a part of NAACP. If it's a part of you and it's with you 365 days a year, then it is with you all that time.
Yes.
Not just in February, during Black History Month. Not just when there is something tragic that has happened in our communities. That's not the time for it. It should be there every day, 365 days a year. So, I am not a professional motivational speaker. That's not what I do. What I do is do the news. That I can do. And as you saw my wife's introduction, and as you see what I'm going to do, this isn't your normal type of speech. So, as a news anchor and reporter, I deliver to you facts. That's my job. Non-biased facts that I give you. So, let me just share with you some facts. So from my research, I know for a fact that locally, the Drew County NAACP Branch 6042's goals are to strengthen the presence of the local branch in city, county government, education, health, wealth, economics, politics, and community. You pledge to network with fellow organizations to ensure the practice of justice and equality for people of color and all minority groups.
Yes.
Nationally, the NAACP is the home of grassroots activism for civil rights and social justice. You advocate, agitate, and litigate for the civil rights due Black America. All right, Rev, I'll say it again for you. You agitate, advocate, and litigate for the civil rights due Black America. And you know, many people, many of us, we know the NAACP from the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s. But for those of you who don't know, it started way back before that. Nearly 50 years before that, back in 1908, when there was a race massacre that happened in Springfield. That led to 60 people, mainly white, but it included 7 African Americans, including W.E.B. Du Bois, Ida B. Wells Barnett, and others who signed the call. It was on the centennial of Lincoln's birth, on February 12, 1909, the nation's largest and most widely recognized civil rights organization was born. That's the NAACP.
Yeah. Talk about the history, yeah.
Yes. Now, as a reporter, that's the facts that I bring to you, that I gathered from Dr. Google, and of course the websites for the Drew County NAACP and the National NAACP. But also as a reporter, I'm tasked to do something a little more than that. You like to get the information from the people who are in the room. That's how you really get a feel for it. Because if you're watching the news, there's the anchor that's at the news desk, and then there's the reporters out in the field on location giving that live report. So if you'll allow me to do a little something the way I like to do it, the way I know how to do it, which is a part of me, let me give you the news. Will that be okay? So you know, with the newscast, there's an open, there's an anchor that's at the desk, and then there's a reporter out in the field. So it'd go a little something like this. You'd hear that opening music. Thanks for joining us this evening for the NAACP TV News. I'm Vincent Sims. Topping our news tonight, the NAACP of Drew County is holding their 2023 Freedom Fund Awards Banquet. Let's go live to reporter Vince Sims, who is on the campus of UAM to bring us the very latest on what's happening there. Vince, I'm sure it's a very beautiful evening out there this evening. Vincent, thank you very much. It truly is a very beautiful evening out here. We are live on the campus of UAM, where we are talking about their Freedom Fund Banquet that they're having this evening. They have a sold-out crowd in here this evening, 250 people that came out. There has been a number of people that have been recognized for the work that they've done out here this evening. Now, I want to give you a live look at what's happening out there. The room is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. But if you were to really ask me what's happening and why it's happening, we need to hear from people who are out here right now. So if you gave me the opportunity to talk to a couple of people, I want to tell you about one of their older, longer time members who've been here. There's Miss Peggy Orr who's in the room. Miss Orr, may I speak with you for just a moment, please? All right, Miss Orr, if you don't mind, just stand up here with me for a second. So, Miss Orr, I've been told, joined, well, there's been a long time ever since 1990. And I want to ask you, is it true that you actually joined the NAACP because of a contest?
Yes, I'm afraid it is true.
Tell us about why you joined.
They were doing a membership drive, and they had a contest, and they challenged the churches to join the NAACP and to get membership. So the contest was a computer. The first prize was a computer, and that I did win for my church.
That is awesome that you chose to enter because of the computer, donated to your church, and now you've been a member for so long. What does the NAACP mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It gives me a sense of pride just to be a member of an organization that has always, in long time, dealt with the freedom and equal, that all men are created equal, and then they should be treated that way. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. So you've been a member for a long time now. Where do you want to see the future of NAACP going?
I would like to see more young adults join the NAACP. We have an outstanding youth group here, but the parents, we want to get the parents out. Join your children. Come and join. Be a member of the NAACP. I would like to see that happen.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you sharing with us here on Newscast. So there you go, hearing from one of the longtime members of the NAACP sharing why she joined and why it's important to her. Also with this organization, there are people that are doing the work right now. That would be like your president, your current president, Ms. Clarissa Pace. And Ms. Clarissa Pace, if I can ask you a quick question, let me come around to you. Ms. Pace, I know that you are the current president of NAACP of Drew County here. Just want to ask you, what made you want to join?
Well, actually, I was a part of the MLK ad hoc committee, and so I worked with Reverend Buffington for several years, and they finally asked me to become a member, and I did.
They asked, you answered the call. So what does being a part of the NAACP mean to you?
It means power. I think moving the mission forward is power. To be able to fight for justice is power. And we do it in a way that no other race can understand. And so if we're going to make a difference and to make changes, then that power as a unit, that's what it means to me.
Thank you very much for that. Because of this power, because you're now a member, you're serving as the president, what's your vision for where you would like to see this organization go?
First of all, I would like to expand our membership, but not just to be members, but to be working members.
Say it again.
Those who are involved economically, those who are involved socially, those who are involved politically. I want to reach every area that we have been assigned to reach in order to build a community of people who not just exist, but we thrive.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing your time with us during this newscast. We appreciate hearing from you. So ladies and gentlemen, you've already heard from one of the longtime members of this. You've heard from your current president who is doing this work for you right now. But what about the young people you're hearing that they want this organization to bring in? Let's talk to one of those young people right now. I have Kiana Bolden who's over here right now. Kiana? You know, have Kiana stand up and join me please for a moment.
Let's go, Kiana.
Kiana, I know that you've been a member now for about 2 years or just over 2 years, so you're new to this. What made you want to join the NAACP?
I took this opportunity to give back to my community and get more engaged.
And as part of that getting more engaged, meaning that you wanted to see what you could do for the organization and not asking what they could do for you?
Correct.
And how so?
Well, I just wanted to utilize my God-given talents for acts of service.
And what are those God-given talents that you have? Share a little bit more with me.
It's marketing and event organizing.
Which is a great way you can help them with the marketing and putting it out there. So you're doing the work with NAACP. What does this organization mean to you?
It's the opportunity to stand down for our people and all people.
And where do you want to see the organization going forward? You've been with them for about 2 years now, so what do you want to see the future of it?
Well, just like Ms. Orr and Ms. Clarissa said, I want to see more youth engagement and as well.
So you want to see more youth engagement, and you also said something about, I think earlier about the babies, reaching the babies.
Oh,
What does that mean?
I think it's important that we reach our babies in this community and let them know that they are important and help them grow to be young, thriving adults.
All right, Kiana Bolden, thank you very much for sharing with us. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You've been able to hear a little bit from some of the longtime members, some of the serving current president, and even new members of where they want to see this organization go. The event is continuing throughout the night. We're going to be here live covering it for you. So that is the very latest here, reporting live from the University of Arkansas, Monticello. I'm Vincent Sims. Now back to you. All right, thank you very much. So you know, after a newscast like that, normally then there's the more news that happens, and then there's the weather report, and then they'll do sports, and then of course after sports we end the newscast with some cute little animal doing something crazy. There's this water skiing squirrel or cute puppy just doing something, but we want to end the news with something happy for you. That's the way we end that out. Well, as we end the newscast, I need to bring this speech/newscast to a close for you as well. So here's what I want to leave you with this evening. As a journalist, here's what I can say for you. Whether you're an older, long-time member of the NAACP or whether you are a new member, it truly doesn't matter why you joined. The important thing is that you joined and that you are doing the work. And also, everyone recognizes the NAACP means history, pride, power as an organization. It's the chance to stand with others and fight against injustice, all the time fighting for justice and equality. And most importantly, everyone wants to see the organization continue to grow, expand, and bring more young adults into the fold. That was a common theme through that newscast. So with that being said, why that is the case with what they want to do, I have to share with you, this is not something that will happen overnight. And it's not something that will happen in a day or two. But I can assure you this, as a journalist, as I said, this is me 365 days. My ears are always listening, my eyes are always open, looking for that next news story. So, if you, as members of NAACP, live it every day, 365 days, share it every day, 365 days, then it can and it will continue to achieve the goals you've heard here during this newscast and the goals that each and every one of you have for it moving forward. It can be achieved if you live it 365 days of NAACP. Thank you for your time this evening and have a blessed day. Thank you.
Kiana, I know he kind of put you on the spot, but you know a reporter always gets their story. It's been a great evening, and we know that all things do come to an end, and we're gradually coming to an end. I've enjoyed being your MC, and I have to say to Mr. Sims, had I not gone into education, journalism was the next choice. As y'all can tell, I love to talk. All right, we're going to switch some things around here. We're now going to have our membership appeal by Ms. Stacy Smith and Ms. Lou Lambert, after which we will have remarks from our very own president, Ms. Clarissa Hayes, and the silent auction winners by Ms. Nancy Bowman and Ms. LaShonda Jackson. Let's receive them in that order.